Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's your man. Guess who we have back in the news again? It's Nana Agradaa, aka Mama Pat. Mama Pat is back in the news again. And this time, she's not doing the 15 years. She escaped the 15 years. She would rather do what? 12 months of jail sentence. 12 months of jail sentence. She's only doing 12 months. That's a year out of the 15 that was previously given to her. Was previously given to her. So she was in court today with her lawyers to appeal against the July 2025 court ruling which gave her 15 years of jail term. So far, she has served 7 months out of the 15 years. And guess what? Today, there is good news for her and her family and the church members. She got her 15 years slashed down to 12 calendar months. That is 1 year. So she stands to serve just a year.
Thank you for joining us. Please tell us what transpired in court today and ruling that reduces the sentence from 15 years to 12 months and when it's expected to take effect. Well, we'll work the lines to get Hansen, but a brief background is that Nana Agradaa was accused of orchestrating a scheme to defraud her church attendees during an all-night service and disseminating deceptive videos on social media. She had pleaded not guilty to all charges. The deceptive scheme, according to the prosecution's case, was that then Nana Agradaa advertised on Today TV and other social media platforms on October 5, 2022, that she would be organizing an all-night service on October 7, 2022. During this service, she promised to share 300 million or 300,000 Ghana cedis with participants who needed money for business or rent, even displaying bundles of cash in her advertisements to entice the public. Now, investigations reveal that many people drawn by these false representations traveled from various locations to attend the service. During the all-night service, Nana Agradaa directed the congregation to form groups, each of 20 members, and contribute various sums of money. Example, 1,000 Ghana cedis per person to receive 50,000 Ghana cedis to share. These complainants acting on these promises parted with their money. However, after collecting the funds, Nana Agradaa failed to deliver on her promises, leaving the attendees stranded. She allegedly told them the money collected was for a Kofi and Amma collection, a statement that angered the congregation. Well, she has appealed this 15-year jail sentence with hard labor, and today the appellate court has upheld her application for a review, and so the prison sentence has been reduced from 15 years to 12 calendar months. Hansen Ajiman, thank you so much. You have been in the court since morning. You've sat through the court hearing. Bring us up to speed to exactly what transpired in court earlier.
So the judge today delivered his judgment on the appeal brought to the High Court in Amasaman by Patricia Sedua, also known as Nana Agradaa. The summary of the judgment is that the 15-year sentence she was remitted to at the Circuit Court in Accra has been reduced to 12 calendar months. And this is because the judge, after assessing the records of appeal and arguments raised by lawyers for Nana Agradaa, came to the conclusion that the sentence was harsh and excessive, and as a result of that, reduced it from 15 years to 12 months. It must be stated that on the substantive conviction, that is the conclusion that she was indeed guilty of offenses, that the prosecution was able to deliver on these, was able to prove their case. And Nana Agradaa herself is making her way to the prison vehicle, as you can see in the shot, in her white shirt and black skirt. And so a lot of bloggers here, I must say. Let's see if you can speak.
So her lawyer was asked when he thinks Mama Pat will be coming out of jail. And what did he say? He was very straightforward. He said the court system and prison sentences and all that, they have a different way of calculating jail terms and everything. So we should give them time as to when the final dates will be calculated, and then they'll come out to update the general public on the specific date that she will be released. I think 7 months out of 12. It won't be long. She will be coming out soon.
The sentence has been reduced to 12 calendar months. This should be good news for your side, isn't it?
Exactly so. It is not something that we prayed for. Okay. Our prayer was for the conviction to be set aside, but in the wisdom of the courts, he has upheld the conviction and rather reduced the sentencing from 15 years to 1 year. I think it's a good news. And already spent about 7 months in imprisonment, so I'm sure she'll be out very soon.
Certainly. So a lot of who has followed this, the conviction was on 3rd July, if I'm not wrong.
That's correct.
If I'm not wrong. And so that means that some 5 months more to go for her, I believe.
There's a calculation to that, so let's keep our calm. Definitely she'll come out.
Now, we know that at the court below, she was fined 25 penalty unit for the charlatanic advertisement. Has that been paid already?
No, that one, it was 25 penalty units in default of 1 month imprisonment. She has already served that jail term.
Because now we know that the judge also gave her 200 penalty unit for the charges of defrauding by false pretense. What is your reaction to that?
That one will be paid immediately before we leave court.
We also told that she's supposed to the monies that were proved to have been collected, 500 cedis each of 2 complainants, making 1,000 cedis by February 24. What have you heard from her or her
That
husband?
is where the wisdom of the judge comes in. A person is found guilty of having defrauded another person of the sum of 1,000 Ghana cedis and impose an imprisonment term of 15 years. It's clearly ridiculous. So that has been set aside, and the 1,000 cedis is not something that cannot be paid. Indeed, it will be paid today before we leave here.
Do you know the complainant?
They will be paid to the registry of the court, and we have a way of getting them to come to court for it.
For a lot of people who have followed this, who have been loyal persons who believe in the evangelist Patricia Siedua, what will the legal team say to them for the support all this while?
It has been a very stressful past few months, but we are in us believing in our case and staying true to us. From day one, we have maintained that the 15-year jail term was too excessive, and today the court has spoken. And that is it. The law is what it is.
What will you say to someone who says that even after everything, though it has been reduced, even if she finished 7 years, she remain an ex-convict? How would that have on her own calling as a minister of the Lord?
There are so many. If you read the Bible, there are several of them that went into jail. But eventually, that doesn't change the calling on them. So he is not the first person to be jailed. We have so many prominent figures in Ghana and even outside Ghana who were once at a point in their lives were jailed. So jail, the prison is for all of us. So the lessons that we draw from it is what is important. Because today, it is Mama Pat. Tomorrow, if you don't order your steps well, if you don't fortify your mind and you continuously renew your mind, you may also end there. The prison gate is not going to be closed today. It is for all of us. So it's the lessons that we learn from it. That is the most important thing.
Finally, from me, one of your grounds of appeal, obviously on the error of law, was the patent bias you said that the judge below had against the client and even the legal team. The appellate judge says that was not on the record of appeal.
Okay, so getting to the tail end of the judgment, if you listen to my lord carefully, he said that there were manifest inconsistencies in the testimonies of both prosecution and defense. But whereas the trial judge only focused on the inconsistencies in the case of the defense, she was completely silent on the inconsistencies in the case of prosecution. The judge said that. So it means to some extent she finds some merit in the accusations we are making. But as the judge said, if you appear before a judge and he have this banter with you, it won't go into the record. So though we are not oblivious of what happens in court, but some of these allegations become very difficult to prove. But in our submissions, we pointed to instances where lawyers were made to cross-examine the prosecution witness for about 3 hours. And that is a clear example. If a lawyer is required to stand on his feet to do a marathon cross-examination, it is one of the things. But the judge has spoken. I believe that's what it is.
You've dealt with the evangelist for quite some time now. Will you say that post the judgment of the court, she was in a happy mood?
Of course. You have been slapped with 15-year jail term. Our prayer was for the entire conviction. Of the court, he said no, I will uphold the conviction. But I don't see 15-year jail term in respect of 100 Ghana cedis defrauding, to be fair. And 14 years of it has been slashed. Wouldn't you celebrate? Wouldn't you be happy for it? So I think it's a good thing.
Thank you very much.
Not what we entirely wish for, but it's a positive thing.
Thank you very much. Can I help us with your full name?
I'm Richard Asare Bafo.
Thank you very much. So that is counsel for Nana Agradaa, obviously excited about the development today. She was sentenced at the Circuit Court in Accra to 15 years in hard labor for defrauding by false pretense. She came to the High Court in Amasaman.
The final dates will be calculated and then they'll come out to update the general public on the specific date that she will be released. I think 7 months out of 12. It won't be long. She will be coming out soon. He also touched on some monies that are being refunded. Paid to the individuals involved in this case. The victims of this whole scheme who were promised monies that never came. Some monies will be given back to them. And then also the court also charged. The court also fined her, which the lawyer indicated that all those monies will be paid, and then possibly we'll wait for an update about her release date. So let's keep our fingers crossed and let's keep watching as this very case or scenario serves as a learning curve for most of us. This self-styled spiritualists, pastors and prophets who go around in the name of God, stealing and duping people in the name of God, must all take a cue from this and learn to behave as men of God, if truly they are men of God. That's my opinion on this case. Comment in the section below, click on the like button and subscribe to this channel. I would like to hear from you about your opinions and your suggestions and your reactions, how you feel about this case, your opinion on this very judgment concerning Nana Agradaa. See you in the next video.